Welcome back to Your Money Always Matters. Today I want to talk to you about if you should put your home in a trust. And of course, the correct answer for that would be your discussion with a qualified attorney that is experienced in setting up the different types of trusts. But what I want to talk to you about for your consideration is the advantages and the disadvantages of putting your home in a trust. One of the biggest advantages of putting your home in a trust is that it avoids probate. At your passing, your successor trustee steps in and continues to manage the assets. Also, will distribute the assets in the trust based upon how you want the assets to go to your beneficiaries. The next one is for privacy purposes. Because it avoids probate, then there is no public record of what goes on inside your trust or how the trust is distributed. Another advantage is for administration. And what that means is if you have property in a lot of different states, having them all listed under one trust eases that administration for you and for your successor trustee if needed. And then lastly, if you become incapacitated. If you become incapacitated for any reason, your successor trustee can step in and continue to manage the property on your behalf. Now let's look at some of the disadvantages of having your home in a revocable trust. First of all, there is no automatic asset protection, and that is a myth that a lot of people have about putting their home in a revocable trust. Because you still own the assets in that trust, they are still considered to be yours and can still be subject to lawsuits and to creditors. Next is funding a trust. Many people go to an attorney, they get their trust set up, everything's good, everything's fine. But what a lot of people neglect to do is to actually transfer the assets into the name of the trust. And a lot of times your attorney can help you with that. However, not actually funding the trust is almost like not having the trust at all. So that is a very crucial step to look at once you set up your trust document. Another thing to consider as you are looking to move your home into your trust is that most lenders will allow for you to do that. However, you'll certainly want to check with your mortgage lender to see if doing that will trigger the due upon sale clause within your mortgage loan contract. And that is basically for owner occupied residential homeowners. So you'll definitely want to speak with your mortgage lender as well as your homeowner's insurance to make sure that everything stays in place for you. So moving your home into your revocable trust does have a lot of advantages, but then there is the other side of the coin that you'll certainly want to look at and have those discussions as you sit down with a qualified and experienced attorney with setting up trust. So, what about moving your home into an irrevocable trust? Well, that comes with a set of different legal and tax implications for you. Now, the advantage is that it can provide for asset protection for you. And of course, again, it depends upon state law and how your trust is structured. Another good point to have as you speak with the attorney that's going to help you set up your irrevocable trust. Another thing to remember about the irrevocable trust is that you do not own the assets within the trust. You've given up the control by moving those assets, your home and other assets, into the irrevocable trust. And so that is another consideration to have as you're thinking about moving your home into an irrevocable trust. Placing your home in an irrevocable trust can also help you with estate planning, and it could also help you with Medicaid planning. Now, knowing that Medicaid has a lot of complex rules when you apply for it, they also have a look back period, and they will look back to see when you actually retitled your home within the trust to determine if whether or not you will be eligible for Medicaid benefits. So, as you can see, there is so much that goes along with moving your home into either a revocable trust with its benefits and with its disadvantages, as well as moving your home and giving up ownership into an irrevocable trust. I hope that these helped you to determine which one may work better for you. And of course, once again, talking with an experienced attorney to help you determine once again which one is best for you and for your family, for your future, for your estate planning, and for all of the other aspects within your life. Thank you so much for joining me once again. I hope that you will subscribe to my channel and come back as I try to explain these complex things in a way that is easy to understand so that you can have meaningful conversations with your families, with your spouses, and with your attorneys because your money always matters.